understand how it's already been 3 minutes. I did not take that long to go get drinks and whatnot. The hair. Sneeze. Anyway. Hello. Hello, greetings. I need to get music going. We're gonna do... it's on loop. On that. Yes, it is. Okay. There's that. Hey, guys. I know, based on the verbiage of the title, especially on the YouTube end, and by the custom messages Twitch will inevitably send out to the viewers, it makes it seem like I don't like working on comics. Which is a lie. I love working on comics. I love art, I love drawing, I love writing. It's just, God, I am so tired. Comics are one of those things where it's definitely a work of passion. Like, if you don't like comics, you should not be working on them because holy hell is it an endeavor. But the results speak for themselves. How are y'all doing? How ya be? Loud ass mugs. I might have to, no, I'm good on refills. I'll have to warn you guys. It's just me in the house today. Just me and all the millions of animals, so I'm gonna be AFK a lot more this stream. Probably this week, because it's just gonna be me here. Winter break is now officially over. So now it's just me in the house. Alright, let's get started. What I used to do when working on comics, I would count coloring the eyes and doing the flats as part of the quote line art phase. So when I booted up a live stream, the base colors were all, not the base colors, but like the flats were all done. So I could get right into the markings and the rendering in the background. But I don't do that anymore because off stream, God, I just, you know? My mic is on. Okay, yeah, it's on. I've had way too many instances where my mic was just not on for like the majority of a stream. And I still have nightmares about it. It's never happened to me before, but I do have, since I started streaming, I don't want to call them nightmares, but they're basically nightmares. I have daymares of my stream accidentally still being live. It's never happened to me before. I hope to God it never happens to me, but there are some where I'll end stream and for the next like 20 minutes afterward, I'm worried about what I say or what I sing and whatnot around my computer or being away from my computer for long. So I'm like, oh shit, the live stream is like, wait, we ended live stream like an hour ago. Why am I still worried about chat? It's a thing that I have yet to figure out how to turn off. And I'm wondering Like, do other streamers deal with that, or am I just wacky? Because there's gotta be like a way to figure out how to turn that off, like mentally turn that off. My cough still persists, but it's not as bad as it used to be. I can sing now. At least I could sing in the car. I'm gonna count that pause part of the background because I'm gonna render these differently. Candy colored cats. Gotta love it. We are chill. That's gone. Do that. When I do that, there. Mariana, Mariana Cross. Just another Bloody Mary. Mariana, Mariana Cross. You choose to. I will tickle you internally. Nothing. I'm gonna do all these on top. I don't know how long it's gonna stay, guys, but for the past few pages, like up to page 70, it is all handwritten text. But after that, I just went straight to using the text tool. So like the next few pages are gonna be me using the text tool because oh my god, I just couldn't deal with it anymore. It was just taking so long to write the text when it was like, why am I wasting my time working and just writing text when I have a text tool that just gets the job done a lot faster? You know the phrase work smarter, not harder? It's okay. You're not being lazy if you're using the tools at your disposal to make things easier. It's not lazy. Lazy when you literally have something else handle the entire process for you and you don't have to do anything because the text tool I still have to work the text. I just don't click a button and say enter text. Nah, that's not how it works. Right. Like stencils. It's not cheating, it's a tool. Now, if you're only using stencils and well, stickers don't really count. If you're, because Photoshop also has a lot of stamps and texture brushes, which honestly, if I could have a texture brush for like wires and um what's something else I would use a texture brush for? I don't mind doing leaves by hand because my leaves are just green blobs that I, color over. But I've seen people use like entire texture brushes to do trees and flowers, and I'm sitting there like, at this point, did you even make the background at that point? But then again, that's just me being a purist, and if you use texture brushes or heavily rely on texture brushes, you know what? That's your own thing. I just don't use them. The only texture brush I use religiously is the Sumi, and that is this one. But it adds a nice texture, and I use it for leaves and binary because I cannot be bothered to actually learn binary. If you look closely at my PNG's eyes, the texture in her eyes are it's supposed to be binary, but it's actually not. It's just the Sumi brush, which is a hell of a name. Hello, Waffles. Was just sort of pseudo venting about texture brushes and how I have a love-hate relationship with them. I've seen some people use texture brushes and whatnot for like wood and grass, and it's just what's the point? Because it's two brush strokes. But then again, I haven't worked on a project that had demanding deadlines, and I think that's what Photoshop brushes are for people who work actual corporate jobs and have dog shit deadlines. For me, working on my own comic and projects and whatnot, I don't have to worry about that. So I guess the brushes just aren't for me. Again, not gonna dog on anyone who uses them. I just personally don't. There are instances where I would absolutely love it if I had a texture brush for whatever. Like, God, if I could find a good texture or like overlay for Damascus steel, it would make the rendering process of Dreamwalker so much faster. But it's only for like their blades and certain pieces of armor that they actually have Damascus steel. The sun is right in my eye from my window, no matter where I move. Okay, I had a plan for the background, but for the life of me, I can't remember what it was. Our days have actually started getting a little longer, but only a little. I've seen some people, and I'm not gonna say names mostly because I don't know them, but I've seen some people when they're working on comics and whatnot, and I don't want to say that they're being lazy because they're talking about how time consuming comic making is, and most of it they like draw the character and then the rest of it is a 3D rendered background and a text and just like a brush or stamp. And I was just saying, to each his own, but at the same time, at that point, are you even making a comic? Because I mean, you're still laying out, you're still writing it, you're still drawing the characters. So I guess I'm just being a fat old man. Back in my day, we used to draw all our comics by hand, and if you wanted it on the computer, you had to take a picture of it. Yeah, sit down, Grandpa. And time to take your medicine. These kids nowadays don't know what hard work is. Kind of with a gesture hat made. Okay. Gotta be careful when taking inspiration, though, because you don't want to just straight up copy. I've accidentally done that a few times. I'm scared that yeah, it's just someone I don't do. You only stealing a design is actually very easy to do. Well, it's easy, but it's also hard. If you just completely replicated what the design was and maybe like changed a color, then it's stealing. But if it's like, because a rat with a jester hat is a very simple concept. It's a very simple concept, and literally, like 5 other people have already come up with that design. Hang on, I gotta close that window because it is that sun. That one bead of sunlight is right in my fucking eye. Stop it. Nope, that's worse. All right, no, okay. No sunlight allowed in this office. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. I mean, like 5 other people have already come up with the design of putting a jester hat on a rat. What you could do is maybe change the hat or change the type of rat it is, because rats come in all shapes and sizes and many different flavors. Same with jester hats. They come in all different shapes and sizes. So if you just like change the hat or the rat or whatever, it's not stealing, you're just being inspired. I don't know. I have very some people. If you some people you asked have a whole stick up their ass about referencing to where even if you use a similar color palette, they're like, you stole my OC because that's my color palette. It's like, bitch, you don't own a color palette. Shut the fuck up. I've never run into those people, thankfully, but I have talked to and heard other people talking about running into those people, and I'm like, okay. Remind me to never go to that side of the internet. Oh, yeah. In my opinion, as long as it's different, if Okay. As long as it has like three fundamental differences, that's fine. If you only used the concept of a rat with a jester hat, then that's not any that it's not anything outlandish. It's a very simple concept, and if that's the only similarity, then by all means, it's not stealing. You just saw the concept and went, "Ooh, that's a cool idea." But then again, if you look at some of my OCs, it's like, they look familiar. It's like, yeah, that's because I forgot. But then again, I have very lax definitions on what stealing, referencing, or borrowing is when it comes to art because I fully subscribe to the idea that there, well, I don't want to say there are no original ideas, but it's more like if one person has thought of something, hello phone, chances are five other people at the same time around the world already thought of the idea. And no matter what, how similar the concept is, the outcome is going to be vastly different. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. Unless the original, you post the art and the original artist reaches out and says, hey, I don't want to make them sound stupid, but if they say, "Hey, that's a little too close to my OC. Can you change it, please?" Then you have the opportunity to argue your case and say it's a rat in a jester hat. It's not that wild of a concept. Because take my Sona for example. It is literally just a chick with red hair, horns, and wears green. That is a very broad concept. Guess what? That is also what's her name? From Vox Machina. Why am I blanking on her name? Is it why am I blanking on her name? Oh my god. Who's the druid character from Vox Machina? What's her name? It starts with a K. I know. That's all I remember. Oh, fuck. What's her name? Anyway, she's a white. She's just a chick with reddish hair and well, she has got a horn decal on her head and wears green. That's basically the same concept. Did I copy her? No, I in fact completely forgot about her character until now. Same with the tiefling character from the D&D Honor Among Thieves movie. She is a druid character with horns and with reddish brown hair and wears green. It's not that wild of a concept. It's in fact a reference to the Gowl and the other druids of Scandinavia. The concept is broad enough, but if you look at those three designs, you can't say one stole from another, even though they have the same base. You know? I have no idea what I'm going to do for these backgrounds, so I'll just do just floating patches. Now, I can't make a call without seeing the original art and what you've come up with, Waffles, without making like a full call on if it was too similar or not. But just based on what you've said, it's fine. As long as you like change enough of it and or like only inspired by the concept, then I think it's fine, personally. Yeah, you only use the concept. So yeah, it's fine. Speaking of gesture hats, I don't know where this weird obsession came from, but back in my day, there was not this weird obsession with clown characters. I don't know what it is, but nowadays it seems like every other property or every other artist I come across has some sort of clown or circus inspired character. And I'm like, why? Who actually goes to the circus? Who actually likes clowns? I think they're terrifying. Thanks, Stephen King. I just don't like, and even as a kid, I just didn't like clowns. But I just, anytime I see it's like, this is my character, and they've got like a jester theme going, I'm like, oh, cool. You're a Tumblr artist. You just outed yourself as a Tumblr artist. I'm joking, of course, I'm joking. But good gracious, it feels like over the past few years, it's gotten more and more prevalent, especially with Hell of a Boss. Oh my god! Like who thinks? Raise a hand, show of hands. Who thinks clowns are sexy or have great sex appeal? Because according to Hell of a Boss, clowns have all of the sex appeal, and I'm sitting here like looking around. I'm the Kermit meme. Just look. Where? I'm sorry. Where's the sex appeal? I just don't get it. I don't get it. That's the wrong layer. Maybe I'm out of touch. No, these kids are wrong. I'm not pissed off anytime I see a clown inspired character because if you've got a character that's from the circus and they look like a clown, by all means, make them look like a clown. And at the same time, I'm just a little sick of seeing it because I see it everywhere, and it might just be my circle, the circle of artists that I follow that really like carnival clown aesthetics, and I'm just. Ugh. Which is funny because I also have characters that are from some sort of carnival, but they don't look like clowns because I think clowns don't look physically appealing. They don't look that appealing to me, so I don't add their aesthetics to any of my characters. Even if it would make sense for them to have that sort of aesthetic, it was like, no, nah, nah, nah. Funny because the characters that I'm thinking about from Gatesville actually should have more of a clown aesthetic because that is more of a circus. It's not a carnival. A carnival has rides and whatnot. A circus has performers. They're kind of more. I don't know. This isn't spoilers, but I based this group of people off of the song "Greatest Show Unearthed" by Creature Feature. That's their whole vibe, and I guess that's kind of circusy. But in the song, they call it the Dark Carnival. So, yeah. I'm pissed off that I see it everywhere, but I'm also mad because I also do it too. I'm just, god dang it. What happened to society that clowns are now socially acceptable to be seen as sexy? I'm joking. We're dealing with time travel. Either all of it's a joke or none of it is. Let me just. Oop. That was the dumb thing to do. Anyway, let's get this hot topic going. What are some tropes that you've noticed in either the art community or just in shows in general that you're like, why? Where did this come from? Why are you here? You just gotta Cotton Eye Joe this shit. Whereas for me, it's clowns. Why or how? Who asked for that? Because so like psychologically, socially, I want to know why is this here? Why are you here? And why is it becoming more and more popular? And I think it might just be because two artists made it popular for me, and it's like a synchronicity thing because now I'm seeing it everywhere. Or it's just like a one or like it's just a very minimal thing. Like one or only one or two people are doing it, but of those one or two people, I follow both of them. Like, why? Why is everyone doing it? It's literally two people, but that's the two people I follow. Hopefully, if I just say this is mud in the text, the audience will just believe that it's mud. I really hope that's the case. Uh, SD colors. I guess I should do the obligatory. No offense to people that actually like clowns and the circus. It's just it popped up seemingly within a year. Like 2020 did something to people because I didn't see it around until that year. But then again, I wasn't as prevalent on the internet in the artist sphere until 2020. So maybe I'm only noticing it because I've become more aware of it. But like I mentioned with the synchronicity, maybe that's the case. Why aren't you working? Sorry. I would say, but I don't see it's such a bad thing as it needs brings more awareness. Yeah, I remember again, to use the old phrase, back in my day, I remember vent art was huge way back in like, oh god, I want to say 2003, but I really wasn't on the internet until like, oh hell, when did I get on? I got on the internet when I was 13 because that's when my mom allowed me to get on the internet and make a Facebook account because them's the rules. Thank you, Mom, for doing that, because oh my god, if I'd done it any younger. I didn't really get a deviant. I didn't get a DeviantArt account until like, oh god, I remember the only this is an embarrassing bit of trivia about me. Okay, some rune lore time, everyone, rune lore time. Uh, some backstory about me. I'm I've been on DeviantArt for over 10 years, and the only reason so embarrassing. The only reason I got a DeviantArt account was so I could properly read and like was so I could read and save Renji X Reader fanfiction. Oh. But if you don't know, Renji's a character from Bleach, and he's it's a part of my internet history that I don't like talking about. But also, oh my god, is it funny? Yeah, my entire DeviantArt career was based on me, my lonely Hearts Club band self wanted to read some Renji X Reader fan fiction. Twitch don't clip it, YouTube don't clip it. Let's never talk about this again. Oh, by the way, hi. I'm dual streaming on YouTube and Twitch. So if you want to watch on one and not the other, I'm doing both. If you want to follow me on either platform, you know what? Because it's mud, I'm gonna add a bit of smitting. It's the teentiest. That's the wrong texture brush. Here we go. And I only bring that story up that we will not be talking about ever again is because on DeviantArt, I remember vent art was so huge, and especially on YouTube as well. And I think the only reason I noticed it so much is because at the time when I first really got introduced to vent art, and I would watch a lot of vent art speed paints, like a ridiculous amount of vent art speed. My internet was either warrior cats or vent art. That was my internet traffic when I first really got into the internet. I didn't have any accounts or nothing. I was watching on my mom's computer. And then I found out people kind of like just post old shows on YouTube. So I also watched a lot of Redwall on YouTube. SS Warrior Cats. Oh my god, SS Warrior Cats. But also, it wasn't the first anime I really got into because that would have been Black Lagoon was the first anime I really got into. Like watching it, but the first time I got into like the fandom side of anime was Wolf's Rain. And there were so many DeviantArt edits. I mean, the DeviantArt days of Wolf's Rain was something else. Wolf's Rain traumatized an entire generation of deviant artists. You know, just bringing that up reminded me of the old song slash music video. I don't know if it's still on the internet, but oh my god, the song Dear Rabbit. Oh god, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. Hold on, I need it. I think a dog wants out. I'll be right back. I'm gonna give her like 5 to 10 minutes before I expect her to want back in again. So, if I suddenly leave again, it's because the dog had to pee. This page isn't weird, but hey, don't we all? The Wolf's Reign era of DeviantArt. I don't know if that really dated me. That really dated me. Wow. There's a lot of OC speed paints, and like I said, vent art speed paints. So I was introduced to a lot of music, a lot of songs like "Thanks for the Memories," "Welcome to the Family," and "Wolf in Sheep's Clothing." Those were like the three big songs that were part of vent art, or some Evanescence in there, which I can't think about Evanescence without giggling because of the edgy internet era. I'm just, oh my god. I can't. I'm sorry. If you like Evanescence, more power to you. But I can't listen to a single song of theirs without laughing because of the fucking edge lords on the internet. I can't do it. I remember when that song, Evanescence song dropped and everyone was like, oh my god. I was one of those people too, so I'm not making fun of anybody. I'm making fun of my past self. Especially, oh, My Immortal is a song that everybody loved to use everywhere. Same with of course the Wake Me Up Inside, that is now the best Goofy cover I've ever heard. Everyone shut up. Goofy's the best did the best cover of that song. Oh my god, it was oh god, I'm still But what was the other song? Everybody's Fool or something like that. That's the one. I was like, yeah. Anytime there was a character I didn't like, I had a music video for that song in my head for them, even if it didn't like really match. And again, I think You have not lived until you've had until you've had the edgelord phase. Are you? I mean, are you even alive if you haven't had the black and red edgelord? Here's my creepy pasta OC phase. Like, are you even alive if you didn't have that? Everyone should go through an emo phase. It's good character development. No, I don't mean have the edgy emo phase where you like either fake or think you have to start slashing your wrists, because I've seen that happen to a lot. I saw that happen to a lot of people. It was like, oh, I have all these emotions in me and I have to get them out. I guess I need to go grab the razor blade. It's like, no, don't do that, please. But honestly, if you've never said, it's not a phase, Mom, are you even alive? Have you even lived? Although I can't remember if I've actually said it's not a phase, Mom. I think mostly because my mom was like, well, if this is what you're interested in, I guess, go for it. So I never had to, like, get off my back, Mom. I've thought it definitely a few times. So funny. I try thinking about hot takes that I could talk about on the internet, but then again, I am so out of the loop when it comes to like trends and whatnot, or at the very least, I just don't pick up on it. As weird as it is to say, as someone who's been on the internet for as long as I have and as involved with the internet as much as I have, I am so just out of touch when it comes to certain things. And I don't necessarily feel bad about it. I think that's the dog again. Whoops. I'll be right back. Puppy wants in from the cold. What did I tell you? At least 10 minutes. I don't know. How long was that? Probably be bad word. That's fine. We'll make your characters. I highly recommend everyone make at least one fandom OC. For the love of God, make a fandom OC. Make up little stories for them. Have them interact with canon characters. I don't care if it's cringe. Just do something. If you don't have a fandom OC, are you even involved? Like, do you even like the show at that point? If you don't have a cringy self-insert character, do you even like the show? Now, back in the day when I have full ass stories written for some OCs, and I'm like, damn, I should remember some of these stories so I can use it for my official stuff. Write that down, write that down! But I never did anything with them. Mostly because I was too embarrassed. I, yeah, I was so embarrassed. And I thought people, when people drew their OC interacting with canon, I thought it was weird. These people are weird. Why are they doing that? Like, well, now looking back at it, I was like, man, why didn't I do that? It looked fun. Now every time I do it, I'm like, don't call me cringe, please. That's one thing I'm slowly, and by slowly, I mean snail's pace slowly coming to terms with over the years. It ain't cringe if you're having fun. And if some people say it's cringe that you're having fun, that's because they don't know how to have fun. And those people are sad. You should feel sorry for them because they don't know how to be happy. Now, there are some times where I say that's cringe because it actually is cringe. Like, oh my god. Like, dad jokes are cringe because, because that's what they make me do when I hear them. They make me cringe. When I hear Optimus Prime making a shitty pun and then finger guns, it's like, ugh, ugh. I mean, that's kind of in character, but at the same time, this background's whack. I don't like it. Let's bring up the previous page. Any previous pages that I can reference? These are small, focused, emotional panels. What am I gonna do? I need to save. We'll be saving while I take a drink. Oh, it didn't freeze that time. Cool. You know what? I think I might just make this a gradient. Other way around. Hmm. I don't know, guys. Like, this page was very text heavy, so I just did what I could because I couldn't figure out. I did not want to illustrate everything they said because they were already saying it. Why show it and tell it at the same time? Just vaguely illustrating what they're talking about. But I don't want to make the page too dark. I don't want to make it too plain either, because this just looks very bland. Ugh. You know what? I'll just come back to it later. I'll just come back to it later. Alright, let's get the line art colored in. Shoopy doo shoopy. Okay. The thing that I've actually really started to like about doing this colored line art stuff is that it just adds an extra pop of color and makes the lines feel less harsh, and it makes the blacks feel less harsh, but it also brings out the darkness of some other character designs. And by using the sorry, it's like a whole flock of birds flew by the window and they're still doing it, so something spooked them. Might have been one of the cats. Anyway, with the colored line art, I don't have to worry about having a million highlight layers. I also got to shade the characters. I don't have to worry about it because it's just part of the line art now. And it's just the subtle. I might make it a little less saturated, but there we go. It's not solid black, but it's just enough to imply color. Like I don't go. I'm not doing the My Little Pony thing where they like match up all the line art to the color of the thing. You know, like that. I used to do that. Oh my god, it was hell. I mean, it really was. Oh my god, it was hell. It was hell. It was. But results speak for themselves. That's just the thing that it's one thing that keeps me going when it comes to all this freaking hard work that I've stuck myself with. Just looking at the material. Look at the material and the results that come from it. So what if it takes me 3 hours to do one singular comic page? Look at the results. It's all worth it in the end. Only I could learn to dedicate that kind of I don't know what to call it. Self-inflicted misery, self-inflicted optimism, I guess is the word I'm looking for. If only I could dedicate that kind of mentality to making videos, because it's been a hot minute since I've made a YouTube video, and I used to do them once a week. On top of doing all the other stuff. But it's like can't bring myself to do it because it's just it's too much hard work, but at the same time it's worth it, I guess. If it takes more than a day to render and edit a video, I should learn to be okay with that because the results speak for themselves. But you have to let the results speak for themselves. You have to let the results speak, you know? You gotta let them talk. In proportion to this paw, the tree is really small. Oh well. Oh well. Okay, that's good. I still don't know what to do for the background. And what I think I might do at this point is just... Okay, now we're not responding. Is, Hmm. Oh, that wouldn't work. Shoot. If we just... Hold on. Let me cook. Let me cook for a sec. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Better. 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 And then, hold on, we'll need to bring out the select tool for this, because it's a different frame. And then if we... Stay with me, guys. Stay with me. We... some of this. But also just... Come on. Bring out some of this. Just barely. And... And rim light. This happy little dude. Naturally, she'd back here. That's much more better. Look at that. Mwah. Oh. Man. It's not arrogance, because you've got to be in your own corner, because if you're not, who will? If we don't. It's not arrogance if it's positive affirmation. That's what we're gonna call it. Gonna readdress the line art. There. As we would say in Hebrew, Yori. Right? I don't know. Oh, man. Okay. Save. Hold on, I might need to say. Do you need to go potty, puppy? Huh? You need to go potty? Yeah. I'll be right back. Again. Get used to that AFK spread. I knew it. Yeah, it is so nice out right now. I might, as soon as I end stream, I might just go for a walk. It is really nice out. Now, Elias doesn't take as long as Dixie does to come back in, so we're gonna have to leave. Moment. Okay, get rid of that. And, oh my. How long we be streaming? Only an hour. Okay, that's fine. Hmm. Don't mean to do that. There we go. Okay. Yeah, this is when I started bringing out the text tool because I just could not be bothered to write all that. Especially in the next few pages, they're very text heavy. Oh, and heavy on the dialogue. It made sense for the characters though and for the situation, so we are excusing it. For the sake of my sanity. Now, hopefully, as soon as knowing my luck, as soon as I end stream, a huge blizzard's gonna blow in, and I'm just gonna be, God damn it! Because right now it's great. There's no wind, the sun is out, there's no clouds. I don't think it's gonna snow for another few days. Cross your fingers. Oh, it looks really warm out too. So I'm hoping, guys, pray, pray that this beautiful weather lasts at least for a good hour until after stream. I want to go have some fun in the sun, damn it. It's been a few months since I've just gone for a walk. And I used to go for a walk like every day in summer and early fall, late spring. But as soon as winter hits, it's like I'm not allowed to go outside unless it's to shovel the driveway. So, where's that weird mentality? Honestly, I feel like if I do go outside for a walk, I'm just gonna fall on my ass. Because there's sludge everywhere. Because it had snowed. And then now the sun is out, everything's melting. And there's the puppy again. On a mileage out of this AFK, right? This is stupid. I'm also getting hungry. Just grab a cracker. You know what? I'm gonna put them on the same layer. Them on a different layer. Right. Hate doing that. So Medibang's got this thing where if you scroll up, if your cursor is hovering over something, it'll switch tabs. And most of the time when I'm scrolling like that, I'm not really paying attention to where my cursor is, so I'll just randomly flip. It's only a little annoying. Only a little annoying. What's also a little annoying is I put the background line art on a completely separate layer than the character line art. And I did that before I was decided to start coloring it. I did that so I could keep track of where the characters are, and because some of the background and it like the early days of the comic, it got very annoying because then I would draw the background and then draw the characters and then erase the line art, and then when I needed to fill in the color, the characters, the oh my god, the background line art would be like I have to go and manually erase all the extra colors. I mean, on that are on top of the background just to make it simpler to color. And I really should have followed my sister's advice and packed a lunch because despite having a good breakfast, I'm starting to get hungry. I heard the claws on a door. Is that the other dog now wanting out because they could not be bothered to go out at the same time? The thing with animals is they don't have thumbs, so it's not their fault. But at the same time, just synchronize your potty breaks. I got shit to do. That's on the same layer. God damn it. Yep, she wants out. Alright. God damn it. Alright, I'll be right back again. Just leave it on AFK. Why do I even bother with the sprites? I should just put it on AFK. I gotta go. So that was a false alarm. It turns out it wasn't the dog wanting out. It was the cat just playing at the door. Dogs weren't even near the door. Do I have any snacks? I mean, aside from Tootsie Rolls, gum, Nature Valley granola bars, that I have eaten so much of these Nature Valley crunchy oats and honey granola bars that when I eat them, I don't even feel full anymore because I'm so used to their flavor. It feels like nothing. And I also have a container of flavor blasted extra cheddar goldfish. But in order to actually feel satisfied eating those, you need to eat like half the box, which I want to save those. So to coffee it is to quench our hunger. Which I've also had so much of that it almost tastes like nothing. Feels like nothing drinking it. I've gotten so used, and this is probably really bad. I've gotten so used drinking black coffee that I can just drink it at any time of the day and then go to bed and fall asleep easy. I don't have to worry about insomnia. I can just conk out whenever I want. Now the only time sleep doesn't come easy for me is if the ADHD is kicking my ass. That's just the cats playing. Is kicking my ass and won't let me think, and won't let my brain shut up because I fully believe ADHD comes in waves. Like there are some times where it's not as bad, and there are some times where it is just on full throttle because there are most nights I sleep. Cats are gonna drive me crazy. Anyway, most. Hi, Senti. I'm losing my mind. Anyway, I'm gonna finish this goddamn sentence. Most nights, I sleep fine. But it's on the rare occasion, the 1 out of 10, when my brain won't shut the fuck up, I'm itchy, and I'm actually so understimulated that I get angry and I can't sleep. And it's not like I'm not tired. I am tired. I just can't sleep. So, excuse me. It's just, ugh. I swear ADHD comes in waves. It flares up every once in a while. It's not a steady thing. And I think anyone with ADHD can back me up on that one. Some days it's fine, it's manageable. Other days, holy shit. Like it's to an unbearable degree to where even you're getting annoyed with yourself. To anyone in the chat who is neuronormal or neurotypical, uh if you've ever gotten annoyed with a friend who is neurodivergent, or with autism or ADHD, and you've just gotten annoyed with them, like you love them, but you've gotten slightly annoyed with them over them just not being able to function, trust me, we're annoyed too. which is why we get even more frustrated, because some of us are fully aware that we're being unreasonable, or it's just there's a simple solution. Guess what? We just can't bring ourselves to do it. And I can't explain it any better than that, than just saying, brain said no, so no matter if other side of brain says yes, we can't. Because other half of brain said nah. Mom said I can't go, guys. So if you're ever getting annoyed with your friend, trust me, we're just as annoyed with ourselves as you are with us. I annoy myself more than I think I annoy other people. Just I'm like, oh, I'm sitting here, like, in my head, I'm sitting there just like, oh my god, just shut the fuck up. Just shut up. You're being annoying and just overbearing right now. Just shut up. But I can't. It won't stop. It won't stop. It's like there's a separation between the two hemispheres of the brain, which apparently, according to the latest research in brain scans of autism and ADHD, that is in fact the case. There is a separation between the hemispheres, and they're just not communicating the way they should be. Or one of them is definitely more dominant than the other. So if one side says no, no matter how much the other side is saying yes, it will not happen. I'm just, oh. Well, that's awesome. Anyway. We are just as annoyed with ourselves as you are with us. I keep fucking doing that. Why am I doing that? There we go. Honestly, I think the best explanation I can come up with certain, like, really bad flare ups of ADHD is like watching a cutscene of your character doing something that you, the player, don't want to do or didn't want your character to do. And then the you can't stop the cutscene because it's going to happen regardless, and you're just sitting there screaming, "Man, fuck Jimmy!" And now you hate the character you're playing as, and you kind of just want to kill him. Even though that character is supposed to be you, the player. You just hate them to death now. It's just... Now you're pissed off because you hate the game for making you do things that you didn't want to do. Even though the point of video games is to put the control in the player's hands. Some video games missed that memo, where they just take the control out of the player's hands. Just, oh man. Honestly, I think that is the perfect analogy for that instance. It's not like a third person thing. I'm not quite dissociated where I can see myself, but it's like I'm in my own head going, "Oh my god, will you just stop?" and do the thing. You're just yelling through the screen at the character and saying, "Will you just stop it? Or will you just do the thing?" Well, programmed not to. And now everyone's pissed off. Oh, that's the wrong color. And now, oop. Corrosive. Her star is invisible from that angle, so I don't have to worry about it. Oh, her tooth. I know Hawk Star is canonically the one that has a fang that's always sticking out because she's got longer teeth. But then whenever another character has their mouth open, I can't help but give them a little tooth. Because I like drawing teeth. Because I don't know. Elias. Stop licking. I gotta. He incessantly licks his paws to a point where some parts of his arms just don't have fur anymore, and I have to keep yelling at him basically to stop licking. Okay, yeah. It's up here. There. My roots. I only know that song from the memes. I actually have not heard that whole song. Or, I don't even know what the words are. Kind of embarrassing. But anytime I say and I, oop, that song pops into my head. I got my roots in the ground. Mm-hmm. Yes, the sound effects do help. Anyone who says otherwise is lying to you. The sound effects help. Even Bob Ross says the sound effects help. You know what's funny? Also, another bit of rune lore. I didn't grow up watching uh Bob Ross or Steve Irwin or Mr. Rogers or anything like that. Never had them. They were never on. I mean, we didn't have cable growing up. All we had were VHS tapes and the occasional CD. That's how fucking old I am. And oh my god, I never grew up with those guys. But they're like very pinnacle parts of like internet culture now. To the point where like if you don't know who those people are you even on the internet if you don't know who those people are? But I never grew up with them. I was an adult, or at least I was either an adult or at the least a teenager when I found out who those people were. But uh, yeah. Yeah, I didn't grow up with Steve Irwin. I grew up with David Attenborough. Those more birds. Especially the Trials of Life VHS tapes we had. And then when Planet Earth hit DVD, woo, that was like our thing. If I wanted to watch something, if I wanted to watch TV, but my mom, would always say, it has to be something educational first. It has to be something educational. It's like, okay, well then we'll just watch 3 hours of Planet Earth. Of course, we wouldn't watch an hour, but we'd watch like a disc, and mom's like, alright, go outside now. That's what I grew up on. And it's funny, I would bring up shit like Bob Ross and Mr. Rogers, and then my mom would be like, oh yeah, I remember those guys. Yeah, I used to watch them all the time. And I'm sitting there like, and you didn't tell me? It's not my mom's fault, we didn't. But still, I just think it's kind of funny where I was like, hey mom, have you heard of this thing? And I found out I discovered this thing that was like around a long time, and I'm just now figuring out about it. And my mom would be like, "Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I used to watch that all the time, or I used to do that all the time." Talking about like D&D when I first got interested in Dungeons and Dragons, my mom was like, "Oh yeah, I used to play D&D with my brother and his friends," and I was like, "Hey, what?" She's like, yeah, I had this shape-shifting druid character, and I'm just, you what? How am I only just now figuring out about this? Same with, it's not the same, but it also happened with Horizon Zero Dawn. I was like, how am I just now figuring out about this? How am I just finding out about Horizon Zero Dawn? Y'all, why did nobody tell me about this game? But also at the same time, I bet somebody did tell me about the game, and I just wasn't paying attention because video games are not my interest. It's so weird. Someone, like, I'll come in contact with something, and then I'll think, that's stupid. or like as a kid, and I would say that's stupid. I don't want to learn about that, or I don't want to hear about that. And then when I'm older, I'm like, why no one tell me about this? And it's like, oh, they did. I was just a little shit that didn't know what was cool. I'm annoyed with myself. You know, saying that out loud, I realize that's been a trend with my entire life about most things. I first come in contact with it when I'm young, you know, when I should start learning something, or when it's in my target demographic. I'd first come in contact with it, immediately say, that's stupid, I want nothing to do with that. And then years later, read and reintroduced to it, and read come in contact with it and say, this is the coolest thing ever. Why did no one tell me about this? And the universe is just looking at me like, you can't see. You can't see the pose I took, but I was definitely like a disappointed principal. Is there a word for that? Or maybe it's because someone else tried to introduce it to me, and for some reason, if someone else tries to get me interested in something, I immediately am just making up excuses for not being interested in it. But when I run across it myself, it's like, oh my god, this is awesome. I'm so interested in this. And then be like, hey, did you guys hear about this? And they're looking at me like, yeah, I told you about it years ago, and you weren't interested. And then my first response is, did you actually believe the word of a child? I'm a dumbass, so you know. But then again, if they had kept insisting, I would have kept saying no, because the more people insist something on me, the more vehemently I say no, even if it's something that's useful or cool or helpful or interesting. The more someone tries to push it on me, the more I clamp down and say no, even if it would make my life 1,000 times easier. It has to be my idea. I don't know. Is that's gotta be an issue, or I don't know. That's gotta be some sort of trauma response or mental health thing where if it's not my idea, I'm just not interested in it, which is a very unhealthy mentality to have. And I am aware of this unhealthy mentality. And am I gonna be able to kick it? No. Excuse me. Oh, that's good enough. Snow's falling off the roof and it just scared me. Actually, that needs to be a darker color. I, I said darker. That's better. It's not that I never get interested in anything someone introduces to me. It's just it happens more times than I'd care to admit. To an embarrassing degree. Anyway, I will find you. I will heal the ruins left inside you. 'Cause I'm still here breathing now. I'm still here breathing now. I'm still here breathing now. Until I'm set free, I'll go quiet through the tree. Such a damn good song. It's called Through the Trees by Low Shoulder. Low Shoulder is a fictional band that it solely exists in the movie Jennifer's Body, a movie that I do want to see, but just haven't gotten around to watching, even though I do really want to see it. And that's if for nothing, if for no other reason than to listen to that song in the movie, because I have it downloaded on my MP. But oh my, that song punches me in the face every time. Shadow hang me, broken branch in front of me, your face I see through the trees. I will find you. I will heal the ruins left inside you. 'Cause I'm still here breathing now. I'm still here breathing now. I'm still here breathing now. Until I'm set free, I'll go quiet through the trees. Piano music break. 'Cause you're not coming back. 'Cause you're not coming back. 'Cause you're not coming back. Till I'm set free. Take a breath. Have it on. Take my eyes to guide you home. 'Cause I'm still here breathing now. I'm still here breathing now. I'm still here breathing now. Till I'm set free. 'Cause I'm still here breathing now. I'm still here breathing now. I'm still here breathing now until I'm set free. 'Cause you're not coming back. You're not coming back. And you're not coming back until I'm set free. I'll go quiet through the tree. If only I could remember the other verses to really put into context what the chorus is singing about. You basically lost your best friend. I'm still here breathing. I'm still here breathing. Till I'm set free. It Hello, Snowy Prince. You just missed my grand musical number of singing Through the Trees by Low Shoulder. Well, it wasn't a grand musical number. I only remember the chorus. I don't remember the verses. Accidentally slept an hour and a half. Well, if your body needed it. Okay, for this bit, I'm just going to preemptively add in the bit that he's standing on. So to differentiate the grass, definitely gonna add this below. Usually I want that in the folder, thank you. Oh yeah, a headache and a stomach ache? Oof. That's a shit combo. Well, I'm glad they're gone now. My cough is still around, but it's not as bad as it was last week because I can actually talk longer to the chagrin of everyone around me. And I can sing a little better. My voice still isn't at 100%. Like my I'm still slightly off key when I sing because breathing's really hard. But it's better. That's on the same layer. God dang it. Alright, well, erase. Put it over here. There. I'm gonna use the G pen texture to it. Earlier we were talking about a lot of shit. I'm gonna pick one. Overweight, I wanna die. Oh, it's terrible. I get a headache from coughing so much. Just because of the pressure in my head and sinuses. Oh, it's terrible. Coughing is the worst thing. Like, whoever invented coughing, whatever demon invented coughing, I want them to burn for slightly longer than the rest of the demons. Like, 3 minutes longer. And I want them to have the worst coughing fit while doing it, too. And be like, yeah, it's not fun, is it, you bastard? Ain't despicable. What the hell were we talking about? Oh, well, I was ranting about how the dogs don't have thumbs, so they can't open the doors for themselves to go when they need to go potty, but that's not any fault of theirs. Also ranting about ADHD being a piece of shit. Can you believe? And here's the thing. I love Predator movies. This seems completely random, but bear with me. I love Predator movies. I absolutely love Predator. I think I like it slightly more than Alien. However, the second Aliens film is one of my favorite films of all time. So let's keep that in mind. But I love Predator. The first one was okay. The second one was really good. Predators, where they're on the game planet, where like a bunch of different soldiers and warriors basically were put all on this game reserve planet for the predators to hunt. Really good shit. I love that movie so much. However, The Predator, the one, the movie that literally fucking said autism is the next step in human evolution, and that predators have been implementing other species' DNA, including humans, into their own to make themselves stronger, like forced evolution shit. And I'm sitting here like, excuse me, what? You really saying that autism is a superpower and it's the next step of human evolution? As someone with ADHD, I don't exactly have autism, but as someone with ADHD, excuse you, it's not a superpower. And I wouldn't wish this on anybody. What's also fucking annoying is that movie was really funny. It wasn't even scary. Like, the trailers made it seem like, ooh, the Predator's after the kid because he's got the helmet. Ooh. Like, excuse... What? And they called it Asperger's. They didn't call it autism. They called it, Asperger's, which is not... Like, now we know not to call it that because Norman Osborn can go to hell. Fucking Nazi. Yeah, look it up. Look it up. He can go to hell. Autism gives you laser eyes, confirmed. Well, I mean, maybe not laser eyes, but the Spider-Man Spidey sense is very autism coded. Depends on who you ask. But yeah, as someone who just went on like a 20-minute rant about how ADHD more often than not just kicks my ass and makes my life kind of miserable. Like, I can't imagine my life without it, and I've managed to make it work for me most of the time. I still struggle with it because it's a lifelong struggle that I will have to deal with for the rest of my life. I'm just gonna merge all these layers. But I would never call it a superpower. 2090, everybody will have autism and the buildings will be made of cheese. God dang, the sensory overload of constantly smelling cheese would actually make me go insane. Man, just imagining buildings made out of cheese is making me itchy. Just all kinds of twitchy. Ugh, what kind of cheese are we talking here, man? God, did you imagine in the heat? That's gonna smell. God, I wish this was alcoholic. Anyway, oh yeah, it's gonna be awful. If that's the future, I'm killing myself. I shouldn't say that on the internet, but oh my god. Alright, chill, chill. Alright, based on where they're sitting, the tree is right here. They literally made it seem like in that shitty Predator movie that the only people who can use Predator technology and understand it are people with autism because their brains just work differently and they can figure out alien technology a lot easier and they're the only ones that can understand it. I'm sitting here like, you know, with the established Predator lore, because I guess this movie forgot that Predators have established lore across video games, movies, and comics. That wouldn't make sense for their culture in any way, shape, or form because they believe humans are animals. Like, they even call them, like, the boogeyman. They don't like humans, they hunt them for sport. Why would they taint their bloodline by using human DNA or DNA of other creatures? No, they are the superior creature. They hunt, are the ones that are the hunters. And they're the dominant species. Very xenophobic, but I don't care. They're hot. I'm down bad for those. I'm down bad for those aliens. Not the xenomorphs. I don't care what anybody says. A lot of people say, "Hear me out, xenomorph," and I'm like, I will not hear you out. That is disgusting. And that's coming from someone who's down bad for tyrannical robots from the planet Cybertron. When it comes to xenomorphs, I draw the line. I wanted to like that movie. I wanted that movie to be really good because it was the latest Predator movie we had gotten. But oh, mm. That that movie pissed me off. Like, what the fuck is that? That is not the right. Okay, there's that one. What am I gonna do for the left background? For the other page, we just did that. Yes, we could replicate it. Hello, Discord. Seriously, who's Discording me? Puffer's streaming. You know, I bet it's Marvel Rivals. I bet that motherfucker's streaming Marvel right now. If it's not Marvel Rivals, I will genuinely be surprised. Hmm. You know, for her background, since it's just a floating thing, I'm just gonna do like a little, I guess that's just the gradient we're gonna be going with for the next few backgrounds. Good God. Wow, oh my, what am I gonna do? Ah! I drew these without really comprehending what I was gonna throw in the background because I just could not have been bothered at that time. So I am up shit creek without a paddle. Balls. Okay, hold up. That's just birds flying by. Okay. I've seen movement in the corner of my eye, and there's a window like through the doorway of my office, and I see movement, and I'm just what? Oh, it's just birds. And I think that's a cat. Oh, that's disgusting. All right, hold on. That's the wrong emotion, but ah, okay. Usually I'm really good with backgrounds, illustrated backgrounds, but when it comes to abstract, I'm cooked. Cooked. Oh, we're so fucked. Okay. Oh, god damn it. We somehow pulled with this one. Somehow pulled. But this one, man, fuck me. That's the wrong layer. There we go. Okay, okay. We're figuring something out. Wait, hold on. We might be cooked, but just let me cook for a sec. One second, guys. Bear with me. Bear with me. I just re-illustrate what's in real world behind him. Perhaps. Okay, that's better. This is still bad. Let's just take a, let's see, let's just take this color. Nice. Orange, but it will not be orange because that is not the right color of emotion. Solid blocking. You know, in manga, it would just be white. It would just be all white with maybe a gradient here and there. Help, guys, she's gone nonverbal. Ugh. You know, with the other pages, it was so easy because when we're doing like a close up shot and a gradient, it was a high emotion thing. This, she's just asking. It's just regular talking. What color do I put on that? Motherfucker! Okay, I just remembered. There's a certain colored background that I did in a few older pages that I would do whenever uh Hotstar was talking to someone and was like secretly proud of them. And it was this color. Or something like it. I'll have to go back on some old pages to find it because it was a very specific shade of green. This background over here, this guy just is my. I think this guy's shocked. Okay, that's better. This is better. Okay, we're still gonna have to come back to that. Remind me to come back to this. Multiply. Now we're gonna. We're gonna get in on this action. Because I can't help but over render. Whoops. 65. There we go. Multiply 65. Since they're on more of a realistic background here, we're gonna have more realistic lighting on them. Hard light 50. Not 49. Not 51. 50. Sweet Jesus. No, that's a bit extreme. Back again, I hope their character design endeavors were successful. It takes me, like, if I don't have a clear vision or story or vibe to go off of, it takes me like 3 days to be happy with the design. And then give it a month, and I'll be back redesigning that damn character again. It's my own personal hell. My own personal hell. Now, when it comes to like designing canon characters and air quotes for my own stories, oh, easy. I'll knock a design right out of the park. Sometimes. Sometimes I get my ass kicked. But lines. Almost. Got it. Now we just blurp. I need just a bit more touching now. Oh, the background line art also needs coloring. Kittens are running around again. Me. The the new dopamine the dopamine rush you get from having a new OC. Uh or redesigning an old OC and you're like, yes. Creativity. It's a beautiful thing. Cherish this feeling. And don't get too carried away. Speaking of, I might actually if Medibang doesn't freeze on me, if froze for a sec, I might actually end stream here. I know it's not as long as my usual streams. It's only been 2 hours, barely 2.5 hours. I think I might end stream here because I need to eat lunch and it's a beautiful day outside and I'm gonna go for a walk. Because I need stimulus. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna end stream here because I'm hungry and I want lunch and I want walk. Thank you all so much for watching. I will be I plan to stream this Wednesday. I know last week that didn't happen. I apologize. But this yeah, this Wednesday I plan to stream more. And I think my schedule for streaming, and I don't, it's nothing set in stone because regiments suck. I think I'm going to stream every Monday and Wednesday for YouTube, and then on DeviantArt, the comic pages will be posted every Wednesday and Thursday. I might change it to Tuesday and Thursday just to offset the streaming days. I might do that. Actually, you know what? I think I will do that. But yeah, 10 a.m. I'll try anyway. 2 hours here. See you then. Yeah, I guess. Bye bye.